What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to quickly be going over the Call of Duty Warzone Season 3 Reloaded patch notes. See the big promotional poster here with a preview of everything coming up, the 80s Action Heroes event coming up. But let's go ahead and get into it. So they're taglining, some heroes die hard, others draw first blood. 80s Action Heroes, Rambo and John McClane make their explosive debut in Warzone. Now, as much as I would love to motivate Activision to fix stuff by not spending money, loved Rambo movies growing up. I'm really excited about this. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Die Hard. I'm going to fix that. Haven't seen it yet. But Rambo's definitely going to be bought by me. I'm recording this at midnight, so probably as soon as I'm done with this video, if it's up, I'm probably going to be going and buying that. So we got event. The event coming up is the 80s Action Heroes. 2 sets of 9 challenges and rewards available across Black Ops, Cold War, and Warzone during the 80s Action Heroes event starting May 20th. So as of recording this video today, complete all 9 Black Ops challenges, Black Ops Cold War challenges to unlock a tactical rifle weapon blueprint, and complete all 9 Warzone challenges to unlock a sniper rifle weapon blueprint. Wonder what's going to be. I'm going to guess Type 63 because it seems like there's so many good blueprints for the Type 63, even though no one's ever really used it. And sniper rifle, I'm going to guess it's going to be the Swiss or the ZRG because it's new. Might be the Tundra because it gets used a lot. That might actually be a good decision by them. Modes. Power Grab, a limited time mode. What if we dialed up intensity of Warzone to true Hollywood extremes? In Power Grab, you must eliminate other operators, complete contracts, loot supply boxes, and Verdansk to find dog tags. By collecting dog tags, you will work your way up a reward ladder that will give you the edge you need to win, including personal respawn token. You have to use everything you got to control the flag that spawns during the final circle, calling in an exfil helicopter. True to the BR experience, you can also choose to hunt every single other operator until you're the last one standing. There are fewer and smaller circles. There are no loadouts, there is no gulag, but there will be action and plenty of it. Sounds interesting. I'm still probably going to prefer traditional BR by Warzone standards, but you know, I really like it. I like a lot of the LTMs, but I don't go crazy for them. I usually find myself after a few games right back in regular BR mode. Playlist, they're adding Verdansk Power Grab, this mode up here, Plunder Quads, Rebirth, Island, Resurgence, and they're getting rid of Verdansk Mini Royale. One of the few OTMs I really like is Mini Royales, especially for warm-up or when you don't have a lot of time. It's nice to get in some Mini Royale games. Plunder, don't care. Rebirth, Island, Resurgence Squads, don't really care. Not a big fan of Rebirth. Map, new POI, Nakatomi Plaza, this here, the building from Die Hard. Not looking forward to there being a really tall building back in downtown. One of my favorite changes on the map was the lack of tallest, as I was called it, or glass, I've heard it called, the building that's under construction now. But this looks like it's as tall, if not taller, so I'm sure snipers will love that. But anyways, the headquarters of the Nakatomi Corporation have moved from sunny Los Angeles to Verdansk's downtown for a limited time. Glad this isn't permanent, but we'll see how it goes for the time it's there. Survival camps come at launch around Verdansk. Numerous campsites have been converted into survival camps as an homage to Rambo First Blood Part 2. And CIA outpost, one of the aircraft hangars in Verdansk's northwest sector. So, is that mill base? No, because that's northeast. What are the hangars in northwest? Unless that's just hangars, I guess. I didn't consider that northwest, but I guess it kind of is. Anyways, sector has been converted into a makeshift CIA outpost as these agents need a home to start tracking down the elusive Rambo. Seems like they focus more Rambo than John McClane here. You know, 2 points of interest based around him. Poster mostly promoted him. Trailer mostly promoted him. But anyways, General Gunsmith customs have been added for Black Ops Cold War weapons. That's awesome. I've been dying for this. I've seen some mount tweets. I've seen a lot of people wanting this. This is awesome. I'm super glad to have this. I don't know why they didn't have it. They've had it for Cold War now since Season 3 launch. They've had it for the Modern Warfare weapons forever. I don't know how hard this was to code, but hey, glad to finally have it. Customize your weapons by borrowing attachments from multiple blueprint variants. You can swap the appearance of weapon attachments to feature elements from all of your unlocked blueprints. Stickers and charms exclusive to Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare will only be usable on their respective weapons. I don't understand this one either. I'm not a big sticker and charm person, but it's all coded in the game for the gun. On this same engine, I don't know why they can't be used on all guns, but hey, that's their choice. Gameplay. Added the new combat bow kill streak to the following Verdansk modes: Core, BR, Plunder, and Power Grab. So maybe not on Rebirth, but knowing them, it probably will be, even if it's on accident. I don't know, this thing, we'll see how it goes. I imagine that it's not going to instant down people. I sure hope not. I'm sure hoping it's not broken. I could see it being a break, maybe catching them on fire and downing them with a couple more shots from another gun or another arrow. I'm just hoping it's not ridiculously overpowered. Stopping power field upgrade spawn rates have been reduced substantially across all modes. Thank you, God, or whatever you believe in, or believe in nothing, but thank you, Raven Software, for finally doing this. I'm so tired of dying to stopping power. In fact, usually I drop it for Deddy, which also needs to be nerfed, but I'll take the stopping power for now. Closes the skill gap. I've lost gunfights. Everyone's lost gunfights to players that are much worse than them just because they have stopping power. Or it's the problem. It's the same problem you have when you have OP guns. No time to react with stopping power. I say giving stopping power's efficacy and lack of counterplay options, we felt its power level was at odds with its availability. We want to create more scenarios where a measured choice about how and when to utilize field upgrades is not just rewarded but encouraged. There was hardly an incorrect way to apply stopping power, which we felt took away from the satisfaction of optimal or strategic use. Our hope, by drastically reducing its presence in the war zone, is that we introduce a small strategy-based control. Those who loot efficiently increase their odds fighting. It's still in the game. Still shouldn't be in the game. And if you have loadout, you're going to throw it in a gun. The only time that I would see this coming into play is when you have ground loot. You need to get your loadout, whatever. You don't want to waste it, which I think a lot of people already did. If I'm not in a fight and I need to win and I have weak guns, I hold it until I get my loadout. We also be making an important adjustment to solo BR modes in the very near future. Keep an eye out on Twitter for more. I'm assuming that's no more berthas and solos. I don't really like solos, so I don't really care, but it's nice for them to do that. Bug fixes. We fixed additional map locations of Verdansk that allow players to reach out of bounds areas. This is on top of locations that we addressed in the last 2 patches. They say they patched them. I still die to like the same places. Hopefully this fixes all of them and this can stop happening. It's ruined tournaments. It's ruined average players' gameplay. It ruins the fun for a lot of people. Fixed an issue that caused gas mask to become unbreakable after a player's first death and the gas mask was equipped. I don't know how many stun glitches, gas mask glitches, whatever we're going to have, but it'd be really nice to not have to worry about somebody just hiding in the gas. Fixed a bug that caused player Activision IDs to not always appear in the kill cam or when spectating with or without the option enabled. Fixed an issue where scavenger challenges weren't correctly referencing the summit POI. Fixed an issue where the loadout drops would fall through salt pools and salt mines. I've seen that once. Luckily, it's never happened to me. I just saw it on Twitter or Instagram. I don't remember which one. Fixed an issue where Sparks was not visible in the operator select menu until the Sparks operator bundle was purchased. Fixed a bug with the LW3 Tundra where firing the final shot in a magazine would displace the weapon model. Fixed a bug with the Great Pacific Blueprint where its weapon stats were incorrect. So I believe that's the XM4 blueprint that was kind of broken. That's a really good fix. It shouldn't have any blueprints that are pay to win. Fixed a bug with the Swiss K31 where it would deal lethal damage in a single upper body shot when loaded with stopping power. Haven't really used a Swiss. I didn't level it up that quickly. Then I saw videos on it talking about its bullet velocity. Doesn't really compete with the car. So, you know, it was the Cold War car. Doesn't compete with the Modern Warfare car. Stuck with the car. Fixed a bug with the Bullfrog where it was receiving an unintended amount of bullet velocity. It's SMG. Not crazy worried about this. Fixed a bug with the Carve 2 where some of its barrels were not assigning the correct values. And fixed incorrect magazine names for the Fair 83. Accessibility. Most nonverbal sounds are now called out in subtitles and brackets. This will apply to all new operators moving forward, starting with Rambo and McLean. That's great. People should be able to enjoy this game, even if they're got disabilities like deafness. That's awesome that this is in subtitles for people who are hard of hearing or deaf. Added hard of hearing like subtitles for baked-in graphics and cinematics. Awesome. Added a new accessibility options menu. This menu provides a pared down list of settings which are specifically oriented towards accessibility. Players can access this menu from the main Blades menu immediately upon launching the game. To do so, launch Warzone and select accessibility from the button options at the bottom of your screen. Alternatively, players can access the accessibility options menu from the existing options menu. To do so, open the options menu and select accessibility from the button options at the bottom of your screen. Core to our philosophy, it is ensuring all players across a broad spectrum of ability and disability are able to play and enjoy our content. The addition of accessibility options menu supports the vision by bringing more visibility to the available options while increasing ease of access. More information on Warzone's accessibility features can be found on the Warzone Accessibility FAQ. Love that. I love this game. I want lots of people to love this game. It's awesome that they're helping more people be able to play it. New weapons added. At launch, the ballistic knife. It's been in Cold War. I guess it's getting added to Warzone. Honestly, don't really care. This is just going to be a meme trolling weapon or something you put with your ghost class so you don't leave something for someone to pick up, whatever. Built for stealth kills from multiple distances, the versatile weapon allows for melee attacks up close and Project Blade attack from a short to medium ranges. I really hope this isn't a one-hit down. Ravens are doing a lot better lately, so I'm hoping they get this one right. I'm worried it's going to be broken at first, and I'm hoping the melee isn't like one hit, you're dead either. That wouldn't surprise me though. And then AMP 63 pistol in season. Expect this weapon to output high amounts of damage in a short period of time thanks to its full auto nature, which makes it highly effective in close quarters. Please, for the love of God, don't be Psychov Part 2. I'm sure that they learned from the Psychovs, and it's not going to be Psychov Part 2, but it is Raven, it is Warzone. We'll see how it goes. Looks like they are making changes to AK-74U. The LW3 Tundra is getting a buff. The PPSH is getting a strong buff, I guess. So is the Swiss. What is M82 is getting a buff, and ZRG is getting a buff. Interesting that they have the names here, and then they forgot M82 here. Whatever. I don't like to say M82 either. Submachine guns. AK-74U. Neck multiplier increased from 1 to 1.4. Sprint to fire speed increased by 20%. Bullet velocity decreased by 15%. Maximum damage range decreased by 25%. The AK-74U stats were well beyond what one might expect from a submachine gun. We are reining it back in line with other weapons in its class. Less bullet velocity, less damage range, and more sprint to fire. While some of these changes may make it seem like the AK-74U had a drastic reduction in efficacy, we believe that these stats are not as meaningful to the SMG class when compared to handling and time to kill. With unparalleled maximum damage, locational multipliers, and an unforgiving rate of fire, the AK-74U is now the epitome of high-risk, high-reward SMGs. I guess I'm going to have to try the AK-74U. I don't know many people that use it. It's considered off-meta, but maybe I'll give it a try after these changes. Especially this. This is a big multiplier. And this is pretty big too. This isn't huge for SMGs like they said. I agree this isn't huge. I mean, it's not an AR. It's not the AK-47. PPSH, maximum damage increased from 27 to 28. Maximum damage range increased by 3.8%. We believe the PPSH is on the brink of being able to contest some of the strongest submachine guns. This damage bump will undoubtedly have the PPSH-41 joining other high-tier SMGs as a contender for the top spot. We'll see. I still think the PPSH is bad. I wouldn't recommend it in your loadout unless you're just trying to be different. Maybe this will change things. We'll see. Snipers. All Black Ops Cold War sniper base optics have been adjusted. I don't really use any of the Cold War snipers, so I don't really know what was wrong with the optics. Maybe they have glint now. We'll see if that's noted anywhere else. Sniper Rifle Charlie, so the M82. Bullet velocity increased 14%. Extremity multipliers increased from 0.9 to 1. So actually did less. Okay. Rate of fire decreased from 0.33 to 8.3. That was one of the only things the M82 had going for it, was the fire rate. We have found that the Sniper Rifle Charlie feels much more satisfying to use as a heavy-duty semi-auto sniper. We will continue to push in this direction until we strike a satisfactory balance between its identity and efficacy. Still, I don't think anyone's going to touch it. It's just not a good gun. I would never put it in a loadout unless you're just trying to be different, just like the PPSH. LW3 Tundra, aiming stability increased. The LW3 Tundra did not have much holding it back beyond its ADS speed and aiming stability. With this change, its base aiming stability and the available of ADS speed attachments, the LW3 Tundra will most assuredly become an excellent versatile option for those that prefer to keep their enemies at distance. New meta long range. Other than the HDR's really clean sight, if you have the CDL blueprint, or I can't remember the other blueprint, Tundra's best. Got the best bullet velocity. And, you know, with more stability and with the attachments that I believe are lower in the patch notes, this is probably the new long-range position holding go-to. Swiss K31, flinch resistance greatly increased, ADS speed increased slightly, aiming stability increased. Snipers like the Swiss 31 excel aggressive mid to long-range play, however its poor flinch resistance overshadowed and played counter to some of its great qualities. These changes in conjunction with the adjustments to sniper attachments will make Swiss K31 feel like a more lightweight, fast-handling, high-skill weapon it was meant to be. Maybe this is better, but still is not going to beat the bullet velocity of the car. Car has great ADS, doesn't have a whole lot of flinch. I just don't see the Swiss taking over the car spot, but it might be a fun option to change things up. ZRG, 20mm. Bullet penetration increased. Upper torso multiplier increased from 1.2 to 5 to 1.7. Lower torso multiplier increased from 1.15 to 1.25. Extremity multipliers increased from 0.9 to 1. ADS speed decreased by 4%. Bullet velocity decreased by 2%. Move speed decreased by 2%. ADS move speed decreased by 1%. So it's another position holding sniper like it's always been. It might have beat the Tundra. It was right around the Tundra. This will change that. Tundra is going to be #1 in bullet velocity, I'm sure. The feel of a weapon is important to us, and the ZRG 20mm, while fun, was not quite where we wanted it. We are doubling down on its identity as the highest caliber sniper in Verdansk. We want you to really feel like you are firing anti-material rounds. In order to achieve this, we made the weapon heavier and increased its bullet penetration. Now players on the receiving end of the ZRG 20mm will need to consider the width of objects that they use for cover. We find this gets both the wielder and their opponent to think about the game in different and interesting ways, which is something we always aim to promote. I mean, that's great, but how often are you going to know you're getting shot at by a ZRG versus a Tundra and think, oh, well, this cover's not as good as this cover? You're not. You're going to hide the same. But I like that they're trying to give all the snipers different identities. I still think the Tundra is the go-to long-range sniper. Attachments: muzzles, flash guard, vertical recoil increased slightly, suppressor no longer reduces bullet velocity, now increases bullet velocity, increases ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Depending on this right here, it might be worth using, especially on snipers, over the field agent, or the agency, sorry. The agency or the GRU. I don't see that happening. We'll see. I'm sure JGod will have a video out by tomorrow afternoon on like all these changes, especially the attachments. But I still think it's going to be agency suppressor. Laser. SOF target designator. This is all for snipers. No longer increases effective damage range. Now increases aiming stability, ADS move speed multiplier. Ember sighting point. No longer increases effective damage range. Now greatly increases aiming stability, ADS move speed multiplier increase. Steady aim laser. No longer decreases hip fire. Now increases ADS speed. SWAT 5mm laser sight. No longer decreases hip fire spread, no longer decreases ADS speed, now increases aiming stability and greatly increases ADS speed. So these are all kind of competing with the TAC laser now. I'm thinking we're either going to see, I think we're mostly going to see this one. This excites me. I may actually start using some Cold War snipers now. Especially this right here and this right here. This is TAC laser all the way. None of these are quite the TAC laser because ADS speed multiply, which might be nice, you know, running the Swiss or the Pellington aggressively to have these along with this. But right here, this is the new TAC laser for Cold War snipers. Black Ops Cold War snipers desperately needed more value attachments, namely more attachments that provide stats that are relevant to snipers. We feel that changes to these attachments and base sniper optics will make Black Ops Cold War snipers far more competitive and enjoyable to use. That'd be great, because I've tried the Pellington. I actually like the Pellington before some of the changes it's gotten over the last couple months. I haven't used it in a month, 2 months, somewhere in there. I might start using it. I'm going to try to finish leveling up the Swiss and maybe try the Swiss out too. And then rear grips. Airborne / GRU elastic wrap, aiming stability increased. If I use any grip, it's usually the speed tape because you don't get any penalties, you get ADS speed. But it's nice that they're continuing to work on the grips. From the start they didn't work, then some worked, some didn't. Now it looks like they're starting to fine-tune them, which is nice. Generally, we are pleased with the level of weapon diversity we have observed. As we look forward, at the top of our list is the look and the feel of Black Ops Cold War optics in Warzone. We think some additional adjustments there will continue to... That's typo, it should say, we think with some additional adjustments there will continue to push weapon diversity. That's just written terribly. Further. Additionally, we will be continuing our efforts in identifying and addressing attachment categories that do not support meaningful exploration and build diversity. Love it. I hate meta. I hate just one loadout for each gun. Operators. Rambo comes at launch. This operator will be available via the Rambo bundle in the Black Ops Cold War and Warzone store from May 19th at 9 p.m. PT to June 18th at 9 p.m. PT. This bundle increases the legendary operator 2 finishing moves, including 1 using a signature bow and arrow, 3 legendary blueprints, an assault rifle, an LMG, and a knife blueprint, a legendary calling card, emblem, and epic watch and charm. Now, if I remember correctly from the graphic from the last update notes that came out a few days ago, we could see this, which looks like the M60. That's such a shame. Should have been the Stoner, maybe the RPD. And the assault rifle, I believe it looked like the AK. I would love for it to be the AK, the Pharaoh, or the Krig. We'll see. Don't really care about the knife blueprint too much. And everything else is just added. I'm really just excited to get Rambo. The finishing moves, cool. But how often are you actually using those? John McClane. John McClane will be available via the Die Hard bundle in the Black Ops Cold War and Warzone store from May 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to June 18th at 9 p.m. Pacific. This bundle includes legendary operator, finishing move, 3 legendary weapon blueprints, 1 tactical rifle, one SMG, and one assault rifle. A legendary calling card emblem, epic watch, and epic watch charm. If I remember, they only teased one of the weapons from the graphic, and it was the tac rifle. It looked like the Type 63. I don't know why you don't do the carve. Maybe DMR. DMR is still viable if you have really good control with it, or even the M16 in the AUG. But I believe it was the Type 63, which just doesn't make sense to me. Note: Rambo and John McClane are brand new Call of Duty operators. They are not skins for previously released operators. Love this. I hope somehow they got the actors to do the voice line. That would be awesome. If not, I hope it sounds similar. I was very disappointed with the Halloween operators because I bought the Saw one. I don't like the voice acting, and that was kind of a problem for me. But I'm interested to see. I doubt they got the actors to do this, but it'd be really cool if they did. Yep, here it is, and it just shows the AK for the, or not the AK, the assault rifle for the Die Hard pack. I guess the attack rifle, but it looks like an assault rifle. God, why can I not figure out which one that is? And then here's the one. Yeah, it's definitely the M60, and I want to say that's an AK-47. Store. The store across the Black Ops Cold War Warzone will be updated with 2 new weapons, 2 new legendary operator bundles, and let's see, across multiple bundles, more content across multiple bundles, downloads, PC, not that bad, consoles, none of it's that bad, should be fairly quick downloads. If you have Warzone or Modern Warfare, it gets a little big on PC, but it's not really an issue. And that's it. That's the patch notes. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description if you'd like to go ahead and check these out for yourself. That's it for now. Have a great day.